Shumi Roy from Techno India Group Public School, Shiliguri, and today we are going to do awareness science solution of chapter 11, force and pressure. In our last class, we have done up to question number 40. So today we will start with question number 41. The question number 41 is, what is muscular force? Give one example of muscular force. So firstly, what is muscular force? Muscular force is a force which is generated by our muscles during heavy works, exercises, etc. The example of muscular force is lifting a box, pushing or pulling a drawer. So there can be many more examples. Lifting a box, pushing a box, pulling a drawer, hitting a ball with a bat. Okay, so there can be many other examples. We know we use muscular force in our day-to-day life everywhere. Okay, next question. Which of the following are not contact forces? Magnetic force, frictional force, gravitational force, muscular force, electrostatic force. So non-contact forces are the forces exerted by an object that can be experienced by an object even from a distance without any contact with each other. So this is the definition of non-contact force. Firstly, we have to know what is non-contact force. Non-contact force means where there is an interaction between the two objects, but the interaction is non-physical. Means there is no physical contact between the objects, because we know for force to act there must be an interaction, and this interaction is non-physical. Then that type of force is known as non-contact force. Means there is no contact between the objects, so it is known as non-contact force. So out of these forces, which are the forces which are non-contact? Magnetic, because we know magnet can attract object from a distance even though there is no contact between the objects, but also magnet attracts. So magnetic force is a non-contact force. Electrostatic force, the force due to charge. For example, that combing of hair which attracts the pieces of paper, again it is a non-contact force because the charged comb attracts the uncharged paper particles from a distance. There is no physical contact between them, but then also it attracts. So it is a non-contact force. Then gravitational force. Gravitational force, we know everything. When we release a object from our hand or from a top, it goes down, it comes down. So there is some force which is attracting that object down. So that force is the gravitational force, where there is no contact between the object and the earth or any other object. Okay, but there is a force which is exerting in between them. So as there is no physical contact, so again it comes under non-contact force. So what are the non-contact forces? The non-contact forces are magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force. Give two examples from everyday life which shows that air exerts pressure. So there are again multiple examples which we can give. So drinking through straw, blowing up balloon, the rubber stickers, that suckers, okay, the syringe. These are the examples where which shows that air exerts pressure. You can write any two examples. I have written drinking through straw and blowing up balloon. Next question is, what is a rubber sucker? How does it work? State any one use of a rubber sucker. Okay, so just now I've told about rubber sucker. What is rubber sucker? Rubber sucker is a device used in toys, suction cups, suction lamps, and various other places where sticking is required for temporary period and when you don't want to use glue. Okay, when you don't want to use glue and you want to stick something for some time, temporary time, means for some time, but you don't want to permanently stick it and you don't want to even damage the wall or any surface, then we use rubber suckers. Now, what is the principle behind it? When the sucker is pressed against the surface, it squeezes out the air that is behind it. The atmospheric pressure on the outside of the sucker holds it rim firmly against the smooth surface. So the rubber sucker, the air which is present, it squeezes out, and that atmospheric pressure pushes the rubber sucker from outside, and it holds the rim firmly so that it can be fixed on a smooth surface. So this is how. So next question is, state any one use of rubber sucker. We have already told that rubber sucker is a device which is used in toys, suction cups, suction lamps. Okay, these are the few uses of rubber suckers. Next question is, why do mountaineers usually suffer from nose bleeding at high altitudes? So as we know that mountaineers who climb mountains, okay, usually they suffer from nose bleeding. So what is the reason behind it? At higher altitude, the atmospheric pressure decreases, therefore the blood vessel exceeds the outside pressure, which causes blood vessel to get rupture, which in turn crack the nasal membrane and lead to nosebleed. So as we know, as we move above, means as we move to an altitude, the atmospheric pressure decreases. We are talking about mountaineers. Okay, so we are talking about mountains. So as mountain is a higher places than the ground level, so the atmospheric pressure there will be very less compared to the atmospheric pressure which is at the ground. But our body pressure remains same at all places. At mountains, our body pressure is more, but atmospheric pressure is less, and because of that, because of our body our blood vessel get rupture, and sometimes our nasal membrane also rupture. Okay, they become cracked and they start nose bleeding, and this nose bleeding can be very dangerous. It can lead to death also. So everyone is not allowed to climb mountains. Before climbing any mountain, you have to go for a medical checkup that your blood pressure is normal and everything, and you have to carry some oxygen cylinder and everything while climbing this mountain. So a good medical condition is required for climbing the mountain, because this type of nose bleeding can lead to death also. Okay, next question. Describe one activity to show the extinction of atmospheric pressure. So there are many examples. Crushing can experiment, which I have already discussed in the class before also, and in my previous video also. Crushing can experiment. When a can is filled with hot water and is closed and is cooled down rapidly by pouring cold water on it, it will crush instantly. This experiment proves that there is a huge atmospheric pressure exerts on everything on the surface of the earth. So what we have to do in crushing can experiment, we have to take a can and we have to fill that can with hot water. Then after filling the can with hot water, we have to pour cool water on it. Okay, we can do this by just pouring it from the hand, or else we can just keep that under a tap. So after some time we will see that the can will crush, it will change its shape. Okay, this happens due to the huge atmospheric pressure which is exerting on the surface. Okay, so from outside it is having more atmospheric pressure, and from the inside the pressure is low because it is filled with hot water. So because of that, it changes its shape. Okay, so this is one of the example which shows crushing extension of atmospheric pressure. Next question, explain why water comes out more slowly from an upstairs tap than from a similar tap downstairs. Okay, this usually happens in the buildings. Okay, so the water comes out more slowly from an upstairs tap than from a similar tap downstairs because of the pressure exerted by water. Because if you are at the upstairs, if your flat, if your house is upstairs, the tap which is there in your house will have less pressure of water. So the speed of water will be less compared to the tap which is at the downstairs in the ground floor or in the first floor. They will have a more water pressure, and because of the more water pressure, the speed will be, the speed of water which is coming out, which will come out of the tap, will be more. So as the depth of water increases, the pressure also increases. Water present in the pipeline exerts more pressure downwards. Okay, downstairs it will exert more pressure, because as we know the depth, as we move in the depth of a liquid column, the pressure starts increasing, and because of this reason only the flats which are in upstairs will receive water from the tap. The speed of the water will be slow compared to the speed of the water which is at downstairs. Okay, next question now. Next question is, what is meant by gravitational force or force of gravity? We give its one example. So here it is very important question, what is gravitational force? See, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a certain force. The force with which two objects attract each other is called gravitational force or force of gravity. Every single object is having its own gravitational force. You are having a gravitational force. I am having a gravitational force. Your chalk, pen, pencil, even the chalk dust is also having its own gravitational force. So this gravitational force is an attracting force. So every object tries to attract the other object. This attracting force is known as gravitational force. Okay, the force which two objects attract each other, by which two objects attract each other, is known as gravitational force. So for example, rain falls down from the sky to the earth due to the gravitational force of earth or gravity. This is one example. The tides in the sea are formed due to gravitational force of moon and the sun. Okay, these are the examples for natural examples. For other examples, any object, if it has been thrown from our hand, it comes down. The apple, the Newton experiment, you know how gravitational force has been found. Newton was sitting under a apple tree and the apple came down. So this is also due to an example. This is also an example of gravitational force, that every object, the earth has attracted the apple, because earth is a big object compared to the apple. So earth has more gravitational force, so it has attracted the apple. Okay, so these are the examples of gravitational force. Now next question. Numerical. Calculate the pressure when a force of 200 Newton is exerted on an area of 10 meters square. So we will start, before also I have told you, firstly we will write what are the given values. So what we have, firstly we have force is 200 Newton, then we have area is equal to 10 meters square. Then we will write the required formula. Here the required formula is pressure is equal to force by area. Now in the next step we will write the known quantities, that is pressure is equal to 200, that is force, and 10, that is area. Okay, and then when we will divide 200 by 10, we will get 20. And always remember, I have told you before also, numerical is not complete until you write a unit. So here we are finding pressure. So the unit of pressure is Pascal or Newton per meter square. Okay, so first you have to conclude with a unit, that is pressure is equal to 20 Pascal or Newton meter square. Now it also has one more question. Same question is the question is same, but now the area is different, that is 5 meters square. So again we will write force 200 Newton, area 5 meters square, pressure, force by area, pressure 200 by 5, where 200 is the force and 5 is the area. Now we will divide and then we will get 40 pascals or Newton per meter square, 40 Newton per meter square. So this is the way how you will solve a numerical. Firstly you will write the known quantities, then you will write the unknown quantities, and then you will find by using the required formula. Okay, so now the last question of today's class. Which force do the animal apply while moving, chewing, and doing other activities? So what they all do? Animals, well, we are also in animals. So what we apply while chewing, while doing other activities, while moving, we apply our muscular force. For chewing, we use the muscles of our mouth. Okay, and for moving, we walk, we use muscles of our legs. Okay, so we are using a muscular force, because we are using our force which is exerting by our muscles. So we are using a muscular force. Okay, so I think you have understood. You can write your own answers. You can change the sentences and you can write your own answers. Thank you for joining the class. In our next class, we will do some more questions on force and pressure from awareness science book. Thank you.